about, just so proud of how you are being a role model for dealing with a child that's transgender.
Absolutely.
And that's, that warms my heart, particularly as a Black man. Would you care to share that journey of,
Well, I learned
about, just so proud of how you are being a role model for dealing with a child that's transgender.
Absolutely.
And that's, that warms my heart, particularly as a Black man. Would you care to share that journey of,
Well, I learned
about, just so proud of how you are being a role model for dealing with a child that's transgender.
Absolutely.
And that's, that warms my heart, particularly as a Black man. Would you care to share that journey of,
Well, I learned.
Y'all check this out. Listen.
Where are you from?
India.
India?
Yes.
What, you too?
Yeah.
How long have you been walking? All day?
All day. All day.
Did you fly into Mexico and then walk the rest?
Walk.
But where did you fly into?
What?
Where did you fly into? What city?
No, only walking. Walking.
How do you walk from India?
Yes.
Are you from India too?
Pakistan.
Oh, Pakistan. And Pakistan? Pakistan?
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh. Okay. And how did you guys fly into Mexico and then walk in the rest of the way? Walk? How did you get from Pakistan over to here? You're from Pakistan too?
India.
Oh, India?
India, Punjab.
India?
Punjab.
India. Okay. Yeah, we ran into some of your friends over there.
Police station, how far?
Yeah, this way. Yeah, it is. Okay.
Thank you.
That entire group just claimed to have walked to the United States from India. How is that possible? Let me know what you think in the comments.
Because it's flat.
If you come back later, I'm going to do a deep dive on
They
this.
come over
and see
here
what
and
we
they
can
don't
find.
know everyone's
Y'all check this out.
indoctrinated into
Listen.
a ball religion.
Where are you from?
India.
Taking social media by storm, claims to capture a family's eerie encounter right outside their home. According to the report, a young boy ran inside in a major state of shock, terrified after claiming he saw tiny, fast-moving creatures.
This is Kansas City, Missouri, being unburied. Certainly wasn't built by us inheritors. It was merely excavated. And we are once again met with a silly backstory as to why a people would just simply raise a whole level of the city and bury it under mud. But does this look like a relatively new city? Or does it look like a city being unburied? These look like, to me, a dig site, ruins of a far grander civilization, being unburied by us inheritors. It is not just Kansas City that you find these half-empty, muddy streets being unburied. These type of scenes can be found all across this realm in the late 1800s and early 1900s. A people unburying after the last mud flood, amongst the ruins of fallen civilizations, from a far grander time. History is nothing more than a set of lies agreed upon. It was a set of lies the controllers agreed upon. Research the mud flood and fall of Tartaria. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
Look at this.
Don't miss it. Hey, watch this.
Quit playing around with your life.
Watch this. I'm just getting ready to go. I ain't finna go. No, we don't. No, you need that.
That's Gatorade, right?
You need all that. The numbers. Make sure the top back on. Now watch this. That's the he gonna make the report. Watch this. Oh, Gatorade.
See that?
Where you came from?
It's chemicals
No. Just wait till the
in your drinking supply. and foods. They're trying to X you out by any means necessary.
That's what I said.
Somebody replaced it.
Somebody tried to
Like somebody bought it, took it, and put gas.
But if you pop the top, though.
That's what I'm saying.
He thinks somebody put gas in it, but that's not the case.
Oh, shit.
Quit drinking.
That's gas.
Just like how they're hiding the secret of the pyramid under the Hoover Dam.
The U.S. government, which is covering up the truth about the ancient pyramid under the Hoover Dam.
And I just thought how so many of us, including myself, have been focusing so much on CERN. And what if CERN has just basically been gathering an energy source like dark matter or whatnot to open a Stargate? And what if that Stargate is actually the Hoover Dam? And once I started researching this, I found some interesting articles. There's not a heck of a lot of them, but these articles are all talking about how the Hoover Dam was built like a Stargate. So I believe that a lot of people, different research and that this is all connected and culminating together. And if we look at this article, I think this needs to be looked into on a much deeper scale. I just think that there's something going on with the Hoover Dam, and what if what is going to be birthed forth is something that's actually going to come out of that area? What if this also is a large part, a smaller part? What if these archways to Baal that they've been putting up, we don't know what's been constructed inside of them. I do have a video that I had seen where a person had mentioned that all the arches were built by robots. They were all built by machines. And who's to say, with the weird things that are going on in this day and age of technology and what have you, what's to say that these archways aren't going to be dimensional portals put up all over the world for, you know, the armies of the underworld to come forth through, or the fallen angels, the dark ones, whatever you want to call them. Whatever's coming through them isn't going to be good, but there's a lot of other stuff that's coming together, and I just believe that we need to be really, really paying attention very closely as to what is going on and look into all aspects of all things in order to see what the enemy is up to.
These fires smell like what?
Doesn't necessarily smell like a campfire burning, because as the smoke is carried across thousands of miles, sunlight breaks down these compounds, leaving behind toxic substances like benzene and formaldehyde, which is why the air can smell like chemicals. The American Lung Association warning of the long-lasting impacts from this, saying these particles can penetrate deep into the lungs and even enter the bloodstream.
Sunlight makes the air smell like chemicals now. I lived in California my whole fucking life. Never once has a wildfire smell like no goddamn chemicals. But let's see what else he's got to say.
Pollution triggers asthma attacks, heart attacks, and strokes, and can kill.
Wow. So not only does this wildfire smell like chemicals, but it can cause you to have a stroke and can kill you. That's a first.
Parts of the Pacific Northwest that virtually remain unexplored. There are areas where no man has probably set foot in. And you have to think that there could be potentially undiscovered new species or animals that exist in this region that most of us have never seen before. Now, this story comes out of the Pacific Northwest. There was this man who worked as a search and rescue. And he said that this one particular time, he was doing a search and rescue operation in the Olympia forest. And he said a hiker had got lost off one of the trails and had been missing for a couple days. They ended up in this very remote area of the forest. And he said he just remembered when his search team got into this area, they were seeing plants and flowers and things that they had never seen before. He said it almost appeared like it was some sort of prehistoric world. That's when he started to hear a moaning sound. And he followed this sound to a fallen down tree trunk. And he said inside of it was this man who was in very bad shape. So they helped get this guy out of the tree trunk, and they put him in like this carrier. As they were carrying him out of the forest, he starts screaming like they're giant centipedes, giant centipedes. And he said, "What do you mean? What are you talking about?" And he said the guy said that there were these 7-foot, 8-foot tall creatures. So he seen one of them take a deer and just drag it away. And he kept going on and on about these creatures in the woods. As they're taking this guy out of the forest, he said that they could hear scurrying sounds. And they could hear these loud hissing sounds. And it was really, really kind of terrifying. They managed to get him out of there. And he said a couple weeks later, he goes and visits this guy. And he asks him, he says, "Hey, you know, these things you've seen in the woods, like, could you draw a picture of what you like think they look like?" So he said this guy jotted down an image, and in the picture he said, you know, it looked like this very huge centipede. So he goes on the internet and he started doing some research, and he finds that this guy drew an exact picture of a prehistoric animal that had lived in the region hundreds of thousands of years ago. This next story takes place near Mount Rainier. He said they were doing a search and rescue operation up in the mountains. And he said that's when his search team, they came into this area that they hadn't really been before. That's when they discovered all of these stairs that were running down the mountainside. Said they were just like amazing stonework. And there was all this art and drawings on the staircase. And he had no idea what they went to, you know, what they belonged to, like where they came from. They said they looked like they had been there for hundreds of years. So that night, they set up camp right around this area. And he said at nighttime, they witnessed these orbs of light climbing up the stairs. And then when they would get to the top, they would disappear. Many months later, he said he tried to go on his own and find this place. And he could not relocate where these stairs were. But he is one of several people who have mentioned finding strange staircases in this area.
Influencer Joe Fells just passed away unexpectedly. But what was he saying before he passed away? Well, let's start the video off with this right here. He just said not too long ago in a reel that he would never do anything to himself. But even that is just the tip of the iceberg to this story. See, Joe was an entrepreneur for humanity. Check out what he says right here, and then I'll show you a lot more in just 1 minute.
I have a moral dilemma with electricity. I do not think that humans should buy and sell electricity. I don't think it's theirs. I think it was put here on this earth by God for all of us to use, and that people have been selling it to you. And I don't like that. So I will give up my time, my energy for free if I can teach you the only way that I know right now that you can just snatch it.
Completely unrelated, of course. That's pretty dang weird. I mean, even just the last near dang century, we've had all these people working on, you know, electricity for ways everyone could use it. And something happens to every single one of them. But guess what? There's more. He was also scanning a bunch of old books and Bibles. And he was getting ready to launch a website where he'd have all these scanned, you know, books on this website. Completely unrelated, it's crazy how just in the last week or so, we find out that AI is buying pallets of these old books to scan then destroy afterwards, negating the fair use from it being so long ago. And then we have something mysterious happening to his house, specifically his mailbox.
So, not sure what's going on, but somebody just smashed our mailbox at the Jesus house. How can you hit your mailbox at the Jesus house?
Came to say pick out the mailbox.
Good
trash
Lord.
cans all the way over there.
Trash can is trashed. Oh my goodness. He hit it going that way, so he had to cross 2 lanes of traffic to do that.
His tire mark right here, right?
Dude, that's almost intentional.
Almost intentional. By the way, not related, my heart has been hurting a bunch the last month or so. Praying for your family, your wife. She can always DM me and we can figure out how to do some kind of fundraiser.
Check it out, you guys. We just found an ancient pyramid here in Central Oregon. Do you guys know about this?